Today's video, I wanted to talk to you about why you should be interested in dreams and why you should be less afraid of them. The first reason why is because when you do understand dreams, you'll have less nightmares. You can be experiencing excessive amounts of nightmares, more than usual amounts of nightmares, because you may be using your psyche wrong. The way that you adapt to life, the way that you're thinking, your attitudes, your habitual ways of coping with difficulty, you may be doing it wrong, and your psyche is trying to prevent you from doing so by providing you with these negative feedback loops, these things called nightmares. So that's one of the biggest reasons why you should be paying attention more to your dreams, especially if you suffer from chronic nightmares or recurrent nightmare themes, or honestly you just don't like going to bed because you're afraid that you might have a nightmare. The second reason why you should be interested in dreams is because if you are able to understand dreams, then you will be able to fix all of your issues. The problem is that understanding your dreams is not an easy task, and nor is integrating the solutions. Anyone who has tried to kick a bad habit will be able to tell you it's not as easy as, yeah, I want to quit. A couple weeks ago, I was having nightmares about having conflicts with my wife and then having her not choose me in different situations. And the first night I had the nightmare, wasn't very pleasant, didn't like it that much. I was a little worried about it. And then whenever I had a nightmare back to back, the next night I knew, okay, something's up. Like I'm not doing something right. And so I looked through my notes, I try and understand it, and I realized that we're not on the same page. She's been trying to give me advice and wisdom, and I wasn't listening. I didn't hear her out. That a rift was being created between us. She wanted me to focus on trying to solve the issue. Like, yeah, you're choosing to leave what you don't like, but you're not exactly choosing to go towards something you do like. So that dream served as a really nice wake-up call. It's showing you what you aren't letting in, what you're kind of filtering out, what you're choosing to overlook or to brush to the side or sweep under the rug or put in the closet. It's part of why we call it the unconscious or the subconscious. It's because it's out of sight. It's below the threshold. So the dreams are often trying to point out those things that are below the threshold, but what are causing you problems, what you're not paying attention to, the things that are hidden, that are in the shadow, in the darkness that you aren't seeing. So if you choose to spend a little bit more time in the dreams, you will be able to see these problems and you'll be able to make your life better. The third thing you're misunderstanding about dreams are symbolic. They do not mean what they literally portray, because it doesn't require attention, focus, clarity, cognition. It uses a very inferior way of communication. The inferior language of dreams probably has something to do with the fact that you're not awake. Whenever you dream, you are unconscious. So that system is not as energy intensive as cognition, right? It takes a lot of energy to take a test, to focus, and to talk to people. When you're sleeping, your body's not so interested in communicating at that high level. Dreams are manifestations of this periphery, this nervous system that is your whole body, not just your brain. So in order to understand dreams, you need to understand symbols. You need to be able to understand this inferior way of communication. When you dream about a person or a place or an activity, it's not actually that person. It's not actually that place. What you associate with that activity, what you associate with that place. Going to the dentist, it has a negative connotation. Usually people don't enjoy going to the dentist. That activity brings about negative emotion. On the other hand, something that you look forward to, think holidays, oftentimes are tied with a huge impression on you, and whatever is creating these dreams is using that to try and communicate an emotion. So don't get so torn up. You weren't always this smart, intellectual person. You used to, clink rocks together and run outside. So the idea is, how did the primitive think? One of the better examples I can give about symbolic meanings is about animals. Oftentimes, animals represent natural habits, natural tendencies, coping mechanisms to life, modes of adaptation, how you habitually act. Are you stubborn like a mule, sinister as a snake? Anyways, if you do have any weird or quirky dreams, be sure to, shoot me a message or write it in the comments below. I can't help everybody, but at least by talking about it, maybe we can help you bring some awareness to it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.